Hey, y'all tune in, man. Y'all got some time, man. Kick it with me, man. I'm about to do a reaction to this subconscious video, and by Dr. Bruce, man. And yeah, man, we about to dig in.
Reprogramming the subconscious means conscious mind wishes and desires, subconscious mind program. Well, what if you took the wishes and desires and made those programs? Then guess what? You don't even have to think about it. You will automatically, 95% of the day, be playing behaviors to manifest those wishes and desires. If you put a pair of earphones on at night with a program of what you would like to be true in your life, as soon as your conscious mind disconnects, that program is playing. It's not playing into your conscious mind, that's shut off. It's now going straight into the subconscious mind. Having a positive thought does not in any way necessitate that those positive thoughts actually manifest themselves. And there's a piece that was left out. And if you don't understand the piece, then you're shouting into the wind with your positive thoughts. Nothing's going to happen. And the fact is this: when you're having positive thoughts, you're using your mind. The mind influences biology, but there are two parts to the mind that are completely different than one another, yet they work together. We confuse them, we tie them together, and yet they represent two entities working in two different fashions. There's the conscious mind and what is called the subconscious mind. Now, here's what very important, people have to know this, okay, and here's what it is. The conscious mind is our creative mind that is connected to our personal identity and our spiritual selves. That makes us all unique. Each of
See, so the conscious mind is the creative mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important for us to get to know ourselves, because it puts us in a better position to be creative, to be conscious of our behavior. You know what I'm saying? And we have to get to know ourselves, because so much is embedded within our subconscious mind, which is that program mind, the habit mind. So much is programmed within our subconscious mind that, and when we start to behave in certain ways and things like that, it happens unknowingly, because we don't know these things. These programs that was given to us over time, growing up. So really what we have to do is gain that knowledge of ourselves, and so we can be able to detect those certain behaviors and begin to change them. No, they're not going to happen overnight, because like I say, this is stemming from a program. These is behaviors that's coming from something that's been happening over time, so it's going to take time to change that. But we can do that by through repetition and constantly feeding yourself positive thoughts and consciously being aware of your behavior.
has our own personal conscious mind. But what becomes very significant is this, is the subconscious mind is equivalent to a tape player. It's exactly what it is. It records experiences and then plays them back. And so now let's take a look and say, well, wait, there's a thinking mind, and then there's a tape player mind. And what's different about them is very profound. When you look at the power between the conscious and subconscious is a million times more powerful. The subconscious mind runs our biology about 95 to 99% of the time. So while you're having all these wonderful thoughts, that's not the conscious mind's not running the show. It's a subconscious mind. So blaming the subconscious mind as a negative thing that's the first mistake. It's a tape player. The programs that we got, that's the source of the problems that most of us face. And these programs could limit our abilities and take away our powers, which essentially they do. Now, the relevance about positive thinking is this. Positive thinking is a creative thought that comes from the conscious mind. Okay, so I sit here and I'm going to have all these wonderful thoughts. I'm going to close my eyes and visualize all these wonderful things. Now stop and go back to the mechanical character of it. I'm having these thoughts with a little tiny processor called the conscious mind, and I'm competing with the programs that are in the subconscious mind. So if I have a thought for being healthy or being in a good relationship.
You see, he said the conscious mind is like the little tiny mind, because the subconscious mind really, it runs the biology. It runs what we do on a daily basis. It runs, how we perceive things. So it's really a major part of our life and the human aspect of whatever living. So they say the conscious mind is this little thing, little mind, compared to the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind runs our biology. So that's why we really have to be careful. And things, like I say, things don't happen overnight. It's easy for you to create a thought consciously. It's easy. You come up with that conscious, like, man, I'm gonna change this, and you try to hop on it, but then tomorrow you end up falling back in that same trap, because it's all about that program. So you really have to reprogram yourself, because you end up falling back in that trap, where you're more comfortable at, and it's a program, so it's going to take time to reprogram yourself,
And I'm doing positive thinking. And at the same time, I have acquired programs in my development that said you're not as healthy as you think you are, and you're not that good a person to have those kind of relationships. Then look, I'm now pitting my positive thoughts against my programs, and they're opposite. But this one works on a little tiny processor, and this processor is 1,000,000 times more powerful. So right away, it's like, who's going to win in that challenge? The answer, of course, the subconscious is going to win. Okay, but here comes the other part. While I can try to maintain positive thoughts in my life using my conscious mind, this conscious mind only operates less than 5% of the day. That says 95% or more of the day, I'm operating from the other belief system. The point is, do the math. How powerful are positive thoughts? And the answer is, unless the subconscious has the same programs and agreement as the conscious mind, power of positive thinking will not work. It will not work because you're competing against a much more powerful processor. So the idea is, when life doesn't work, when you don't find that relationship that your positive thinking was looking for, when you don't get that health that you were looking for because your positive thinking was asking for it, we have a tendency, therefore, to blame the outside world because, as far as I know, my intention was for all these wonderful things. And when I don't get it, it can't be me because I have all these wonderful positive intentions. What we didn't see was, while we were having those positive intentions, using our conscious mind for those positive intentions, the subconscious was running the show. And we didn't see that we generally sabotage and destroy or limit our own lives with behaviors that are not supporting us.
So I'm going to shut that off right there because I don't want to keep y'all, but man, we have to really get to know ourselves, man. It's so many things within the subconscious mind, so many programs, so much stuff that we are running off of, so many beliefs that we then adopted that really had nothing to do with us consciously, that really is stemming from our environment, our parents, our grandparents, just how we grew up, and like, Dr. Bruce say, if your programs is not already of positive thinking and of positive behavior, then you consciously trying to create that positive behavior is really going to be hard to implement in your daily life because, like you say, the subconscious mind runs the show. The subconscious mind runs the biology. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we could be thinking positive and wanting positive change all day, but if it's not of the natural state of the subconscious mind, then it's going to be hard to implement them new changes, and like he said, we tend to blame things on the outside world when we think of positive and things like that, and for some reason we can't seem to get in the groove. We tend to blame the outside world because we feel like we think it good, we think it positive, we're on a positive note, but somehow I keep falling back in that same trap. It's because the whole time, like you say, 95% of the operation is happening within the subconscious mind. So we can think, we can have good intentions all day, but if it's not already embedded in the programming of the subconscious mind, then it's going to be hard to implement them changes. So that's why we have to, use the act of repetition. We have to repeatedly be thinking positive and doing good things, or whatever the case may be, whatever we want to change. We have to create a habit out of it because the subconscious mind is a habit mind. So in order for the subconscious mind to agree with the conscious mind, it has to be something that's done over and over and over and over and over again for the subconscious mind to pick it up and agree with it, and for you to be able to reprogram those programs that is already installed within the subconscious mind, man. So I appreciate y'all for watching my video, man. I'm going to be doing more videos of this, man. Like I say, man, you know what I mean? Get to know yourself, man. Dig deep, you know what I'm saying? Figure out where them core beliefs is coming from, and, implementing them new changes through repetition, man. Just create a habit out of whatever it is that you want to change within your life, and know it's not going to happen overnight, because we already know the subconscious mind is already full of programs, and it runs the show, you know what I'm saying? A cop killer.